1 in 4 Tasmanians will be over the age of 65 in less than 20 years. More than 30% of Tasmanians over the age of 70 live alone, compared with the national average of 25%. Tasmania is getting older at a faster rate than other states. It all adds up to the potential for a lot of lonely older people. Healthy ageing is about more than staying alive longer. It's also about staying socially connected. A program encouraging older Tasmanians to socialise, which has been running in the south of the state for the past couple of years, plans to expand statewide.
I didn't know anybody until I got into chats, and then the world opened up.
Morning, Gwen.
Oh, hello, Max.
Grab your stuff and we'll be off, okay?
The world was my oyster, and, well, still is.
GWENDA THOMSON moved to Tasmania from Queensland a few years ago to be closer to her family. A program called Chats, run by Lifeline, has also helped her get in touch with a whole new social circle.
I've made a new group of friends down here, and that's ever growing, and it's just been a wonderful thing to be in Chats.
How many people do you think you could now count among your friends?
Oh, good grief. Well, there's several close people in Chats that I'm very friendly with, and plus the surrounding groups people that we travel with. Oh gosh, must be up to about 50 now.
Program manager LEIGH DELANEY says it's about giving older people control over their social lives and keeping them in touch with local communities.
People who are well connected, have good social networks, are happier, healthier people and more likely to stay in their home.
There's a social activity most days of the week, many of them free. From craft mornings to bus trips, anyone over the age of 65 and living independently can join. The only fee is a $5 contribution towards transport costs, no matter the distance. There are 175 people taking part in southern Tasmania, and there are plans to expand the service statewide.
Certainly my hope that within the next couple of months we'll be in the north and northwest starting to get things really well established.
Mr Delaney says they get referrals from GPs, hospital social workers and concerned relatives.
We get a lot of people who ring up and say, I'm really worried about Dad, Mum died 6 months ago and he's sitting at home not doing anything.
The first contact is often via a phone call from volunteers.
Is that you, Dorothy? How are things today?
Bob Jones has volunteered with Lifeline for 35 years. He moved over to the Chats program last year. The first call to a potential member is the hardest.
You're a bit nervous and they're a bit sort of, I suppose they're nervous as well because they don't know you.
Mr Jones says it takes a couple of calls to build a rapport.
You know what to follow up on because we take a few notes so when I go next time I just check and see how that particular bit's going.
It's also kept the 85-year-old on his toes.
One thing I have learned that you need to read the paper before you come here because all the other people that you're talking to have looked at the paper and they're right onto you.
If you're 85 and you're ringing someone who's 85, there's a beautiful connection that happens very, very easily. And that's been a really positive and powerful part of what we do.
Derek Rees agrees it's important to talk to someone the same age rather than a younger person.
Oh yes, there is. Yeah, you can't share all that with them because I don't think they understand the things that we experienced, in the old days.
Mr Rees and Patricia Long have been lifelong friends. The octogenarians met as children while growing up in India. They emigrated to Australia, but to different states. In recent times, both lost their spouses.
When my wife died, I was on my own, didn't know what to do with myself.
Although he lives in South Australia, Mr Rees regularly visits Ms Long, and together they've joined Chats.
I thought, well, this will be nice, meet new people and have different experience, everything, so that was lovely.
Mr Rees was pleased to discover he was able to join even though he's not a resident of the state. It's the first organisation he's joined, and Mr Rees says he'll look for something similar when he returns to South Australia.
Oh yes, they've got to get out. I feel I've got to get out. People have got to get out, otherwise they're just going to stagnate.
GWENDA THOMSON shows no signs of stagnating.
Healthier and happier, and they've brought out a confidence that I never thought existed in me. And that's been the greatest surprise, that I'm doing things that I really never thought. This, for instance.